Here we go again. Married at First Sight UK, Episode 3, Part 3. So we've come to the honeymoon. We have Megan and Bob. Those two are in the Dominican Republic. Beautiful country. I know it well. This has started off on a nice note. With Bob, what I've noticed, he's very energetic. He's like a big kid in a way, but in a nice way. He's very much on cloud nine. Very much on cloud nine the first day on this honeymoon. Can't believe he's in the DR. And yeah, first conversation, you could see he was getting emotional talking to the camera because he's on his honeymoon. He's with a beautiful woman. The sun is shining. Lovely hotel. The emotions took over for him. It was nice to see at the same time. I think he's really looking for this to really work. He did, however, mention that since the wedding night, they haven't been touchy-feely. Yeah. So that's interesting. Yeah, so he's thinking, I'm going to have to woo her on this honeymoon. So, yeah, we're going to have to see how it goes. But I just think he needs to slow it down just a little bit. He's trying too hard, is how I'm going to say it. He's trying too hard. Just relax. He's a bit like a Duracell bunny. The two of them together make a lovely couple, I will say that. But they are very opposites at the same time. She is quite introverted, so quite quiet, likes her own space, while he's very much an extrovert, does everything to be seen. And he constantly tries to entertain her, where she's very much like, let's just chill. Fast forward to one of the nights that they had at the hotel. They did take a salsa lesson. I will say he's got some rhythm. Oh, he can move those hips. They both had rhythm, to be honest. He was sweating buckets, though. He was sweating buckets. But at the same time, try to keep up. Megan mentioned about him being intense, staring deeply into her eyes. She found it a little uncomfortable. And yeah, we're on a honeymoon. As I said, he just needs to kick back a little bit, chill, take your time. This is not a sprint. I think it was the following day, early evening, where they had, she pulled him aside to have a heart-to-heart. She told him she felt a little suffocated. And her reasoning behind it was she's not used to having a man around her 24/7. So that made her feel uncomfortable. And at the same time, she's used to having her own space. She could see that he liked being around her a lot, but she was very much the opposite to him, where she liked her own space more. I think that was quite a bit of a blow to him, because he did start fidgeting, so I could see that he was getting uncomfortable with that conversation. And I do believe he looked a little bit teary-eyed, but didn't try to show it too much. When he did speak to the camera, he did become emotional in front of the camera. You could see his bottom lip quivering. I did feel sorry for him. I really did. He's such a nice guy. I really do like him. He just needs to just relax a little bit more, rather than be so intense, trying to entertain her, trying to keep her laughing, always playing the jokester. Just chill a little. Just take time. And I'm sure she'll come through. Megan did mention that she wanted them to start off as friends and not be too intense. Just get to know each other. I can understand that. So, as I said, with him, he just needs to step back a little bit and let her take the lead. I think it was on that same night that they slept separately. And when they had breakfast the following morning, which was the last day of the holiday, they did talk some more about the relationship. He said he described himself as being very touchy-feely in his past relationships, and that's probably the reason why they haven't worked in the past, because he's been too intense way too early in the relationship, and he knows he needs to work on that. With Megan, it's been the total opposite. She has run away from relationships. If she finds any faults wrong with the person in question, she's bailing. She's that person. In the first video, I mentioned that she hasn't been in a relationship. She's had situationships, as she called them. And that makes sense, because situationships are disposable. With her being in a marriage now, she knows that she's going to have to work on it. Rather than run away, she's going to have to work on it. So this is going to be very much an experiment for her. She's not too sure how it's going to pan out. As she said to Bob, she's just going to go with the flow. Let's see where this leads us. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it turns out well for the both of them. Yeah, that's a very strange one, especially if you had situationships in the past. You've come on this show not being in any relationship, so wouldn't you have tested that theory outside first? That's an odd one. That's an odd one. As I said, situationships, they are disposable. So coming back to Bob, I know that he's in it for the long haul. He wants this to work. He's looking for a relationship. He's looking for the marriage, the wife. I'm presuming the 2.4 kids as well. So he wants commitment. Megan is on the fence at the moment. So we're going to have to wait and see how this runs its course. But I'm rooting for them. They look good together. I want them to work. So fingers crossed. I'm going to end it here. So if you like what you've heard so far, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.